Today, I want to talk to you about the difference between the rich and the poor. And if we were to break it down into just one single factor, what would it be? I've read a lot of books on this subject, and you're going to hear everything from it's the mindset to it's their attitude and all these different things, which I agree on. But see, if you went to an accountant and you asked the accountant, what is the single difference between the rich and the poor? And they're going to tell you it's ownership. Rich people own things and poor people don't. And the middle class understands the value of ownership when it comes to what they think is their most valuable asset. What do you think that is? The home. You ask anyone, what is your number one asset? They're going to say their home. And if I were to say to you, would you rather own your home or rent your home? Everyone's going to say, own your home. Because we know renting is like throwing money away, right? You want to stay somewhere for 30 days? You do that, and then you got to go. You pay, you stay. You pay, you stay. You don't pay, you don't stay. But see, when you own a home, you pay, you pay, you pay. Then eventually one day you can stop paying and you can still stay because you built a legacy through ownership. Then you have the option to sell that home for $500,000 to maybe $1 million, or give it to your children. You're building a legacy through ownership. And the middle class understand the value of ownership when it comes to their home. On anyone's list in the middle class of their financial goals, in the top 5 is always going to be home ownership. But see, where the middle class got deceived or they got led in the wrong direction is home ownership is not your greatest asset. Your greatest asset is your ability to generate income. If the average person makes $50,000 a year and they work for 40 years, that's $2 million. By far the more valuable asset. Do you remember growing up hearing this? Would you rather own your income or rent it? No, you never heard anything like that. Yet people were obsessed with home ownership while they were renting their number one asset. Think about this. Work 40 hours, get a paycheck. Work 40 hours, get a paycheck. Don't work 40 hours, no paycheck. And what do you have to show for it? Nothing. Let's look at franchising like a McDonald's or a Tim Hortons. Those business owners, do they work 40 hours a week? Probably not. Do they still get a paycheck? Absolutely. It's because they own an asset, something that they can own, they can sell, they can give to their children. Let's look at it this way. Do rich people own homes or do they rent? They own. Do poor people own homes or do they rent? They rent. Do rich people own businesses or do they work for others? They own businesses. Do poor people own businesses or do they work for others? They work for others. And see, the middle class is the middle class because they own the home, yet they rent the income. The class system is now simple to understand. Poor people own nothing. The rich own the home and the income, and the middle class is stuck in the middle. They own the home, but they work for someone else. If you ever want to truly become wealthy, you must develop a legacy of ownership.